She said, is there any way that he doesn't have to go? No. If he's being arrested, he has to go. He has a warrant for his arrest, you know? Yo, it's Terry. What's up, YouTube? We got another reaction video for you guys. This one is entitled, Cops Expose Dad's 40-year secret in front of his family. And I can only imagine what that secret is. So we're going to get into it. Make sure if you do like the video that you hit like on the video and that you subscribe if you enjoy the content. We're going to get into this one right about now.
The paperwork we have to notify you of here is a warrant for your arrest. So I'm gonna hold on to this.
California detectives arrive in Hawaii to track down this man, an elderly father and Air Force veteran. What he doesn't know is he's being arrested for a sinister secret that he has concealed for decades.
Go ahead and turn that way and just keep your hands behind your back for you.
Oh no, what happened? What did I do?
Uh-oh.
I don't know what I did.
It's kind of old. It's from California.
You guys got some stripes?
The following report is based on official police records released to date. The footage has never been seen before until now.
40-year-old veteran. They say that his secret is over 40 years old, yeah, but it's based out of California. Whatever happened, I'm assuming that it happened in California 40 years ago, and it's just now coming to light, but he was able to hide himself for that long. Man, the truth always comes to the light. Almost butchered that one up, but yeah, I'm interested in seeing what his secret is. I'm assuming it's probably like he probably murdered somebody or something, but I don't know. We'll see.
On August 2nd, 2022, detectives close in on an elderly man suspected of murdering a teenage girl. However, the investigation left the victim's family with 40 years of unanswered questions, dating back to 1982 when her father contacted police.
Hello, this is Detective Stevenson. May I help you?
My daughter is missing. Something happened to my daughter?
On September 3rd, 1982, detectives with the Sunnyvale Police Department received a report from a man named Robert, who last saw his 15-year-old daughter, Karen Stitt, the night before. What began with a phone call reporting Karen as missing soon turned into a father's worst nightmare.
I want to know what you know about my daughter.
Well, I can't tell you over the phone at this time, sir.
Why
I'm
is
going to
that?
ask you to come down in person.
Just a moment. You're taking me out of my office. I would like to know why.
Well, hold on, and I'll let you speak with a captain, all right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Here we go with another ad. But it seems as though maybe the detectives had informed the father of the 15-year-old that something had happened to her, and they didn't indulge in giving him as much detail as he wanted. And so it seems like he was calling them back to see what information they had on the case, because I think they said that the case has been ongoing since 1982. It's a long time, man. Let's get through this ad though.
Planning is on track.
Yes, it is. Who knows how to bucket, girl? You do.
Are those your grandparents?
Yeah, we're so proud of you. So proud. We love you. They're happy tears, aren't they, Grandpa?
Postmates, we get more of LA.
Detective, this is Detective Myers from Sunnyvale Police.
Yes.
We have found a deceased girl over here in Sunnyvale.
During the call, the detective didn't immediately reveal the details behind the discovery. A female had been bound by her own clothing in bushes beside an intersection near a cinder block wall.
What clothing was she born?
Yes.
Blue jeans?
Well, it looks like blue jeans.
Blue and white top?
Yes.
Okay. Where is she?
Man, could you imagine? Detectives have found a deceased body, and the person over the phone is given the details of what she was wearing. And the detective is just like, yep, she was wearing that. Yep, she had blonde hair. Yep, blue and white top. And it just confirms that it was exactly who you thought it was, which is, his daughter. I can only imagine how he felt after he confirmed all three of those things he just asked for. It's like, man, your intuition or what you thought possibly had happened, now that they found the body, it confirms that it actually happened. And it's just all those years that you probably was just, in sadness, wondering where your child is. And, just to get that type of news, I'm sure it's just like devastating.
The victim was later identified as Robert's daughter, Karen Stitt, a high school student. According to court records, she had been and stabbed 59 times.
You have to work? Yeah. Finally.
Stabbed 59 times. That's insane.
With broken limbs that were apparently broken during the struggle. One of her shoes is up to the right, underneath the limb there. The leaves appear to be pushed back during the struggle.
A composite sketch of the killer was released to the public, but with no immediate leads, investigators leaned on Karen's father, Robert, to help them piece together Karen's whereabouts that evening.
Could you tell me when the last time you saw her was, sir?
Last night.
And who was she with, sir?
David.
And is he somebody that you wish your daughter wouldn't go out with, or what?
Not particularly.
According to court records, Karen had taken a bus from Palo Alto to Sunnyvale to visit her boyfriend, David. They met between 8 and 9 p.m. at a convenience store, grabbed drinks, and walked along a miniature golf course. On the day Karen's body was found, detectives spoke with her boyfriend, David, as the hunt for her killer was underway.
What time did you walk up to the bus stop?
At 11:45.
Did you have to her last time?
Earlier in the day.
What time?
All right, we're going to keep going.
About 1 or 2 in the morning.
Where were you?
We're at your sister's house.
David said he left Karen while she walked back to the bus stop to go home. He told investigators that he felt bad leaving her alone, but he didn't want to get into trouble with his parents for being home late. At the time, David was 17 years old.
You have any
Okay.
objection, David, to us looking in your room at home and looking at the clothes that you were wearing last night?
If you need to know.
It's important. It's important for us to know because Karen Stitt was murdered last night.
She was murdered last night?
Yes,
Who did it?
that's what we're trying to find out.
According to court records, Karen's murder was committed.
I don't know, man. It's like, it's interesting in the sense that, you got the boyfriend, the 17-year-old boyfriend. He said he had some relations with her, but then, they're asking him about the clothes that he was wearing. I'm assuming so they can try to get evidence and whatnot to match the evidence with the killer. But, as you can see, he's like, he doesn't know that she was murdered. So what happened afterwards? I think he dropped her off at the bus stop, and then, she was, I'm assuming something happened afterwards, because the boyfriend seems like he doesn't know, or he didn't know that she was murdered.
As she was being. An unknown male DNA profile was developed from bloodstains found on the wall near Karen's body. But in the 1980s, DNA technology was still in its infancy, forcing investigators to rely heavily on Karen's loved ones to help piece together the mystery.
Did she say where she was going?
No. I was under the impression she was spending the night with her sister. I want to go see my daughter in the next 5 minutes.
And we have certain procedures and
You're going to have to understand that we're going to see my daughter, or I'm going to stop answering questions.
Sound like the dad is getting frustrated, man. All these years of not seeing your daughter, and now, you're bombarded with questions, which is understandable. They want to figure out what's going on too, just as much as you do. but you haven't seen your daughter since the last time you seen your daughter. And he's like, you got to understand, I'm going to see my daughter, or I'm going to stop answering questions. And I'm pretty sure if they try to block him from seeing his daughter, he would still find a way to go down to that police department or wherever she is and see his daughter, regardless of what's going to happen, what you're going to do. You can arrest me, you can do whatever you want, but I'm going to see my daughter, and you can hear the pain in his heart, all these years of not seeing her. We got another ad though. Let's get through this ad.
It's wild to see people chase their passions in a way that's so inspiring.
You gotta grip it and rip it.
1 month after Karen's murder, detectives revisited her boyfriend David and asked point blank if he killed her. David maintained his innocence and said he knew nothing about the crime. Nearly 2 decades flew by as Karen's case remained unsolved, and her father wasn't convinced that David was in the clear.
I still have this gut feeling that this kid is. I remember his name. Okay, was the kid she was seeing at the time? Right. David. He always seemed a little strange. Is that what your gut feeling is from? Like he wouldn't leave a girl there at the bus stop. Yeah, it just didn't make any sense.
Evidence against Karen's boyfriend David included an eyewitness who placed him at the 7-Eleven near the area where Karen's body was found. On December 12, 2001, David is questioned again about his alleged involvement in Karen's 1982 murder and how his story changed over the years. David's polygraph also showed signs of deception.
Uh-oh.
Do you have any explanation how you have yours in her when you said that it wasn't, that you had no sex with her?
That I could have been wrong about. I don't know. I mean,
12 hours later?
You could have been
Don't
wrong.
you remember when you last had, if it was the day before? But why does this thing show you're lying? It doesn't lie. You lie. The machine doesn't lie. You lie.
I don't trust the machine.
I have other evidence that you were there. I have DNA. DNA is better than a machine. Yeah, OJ got off on DNA. This is not a get off type thing like OJ. DNA is you. It's better than fingerprints. Now listen, I truly think you did it. Now you have a nice wife, you're married, you have a nice home, a good job, 2 great kids, and you're very concerned about what's going to happen with all of that.
Despite suspicions surrounding David, there was not enough evidence to support an arrest. Throughout the years, DNA was collected from relatives of males who allegedly had relationships with Karen, but none matched the DNA at the crime scene. After major advancements in technology, detectives made a stunning breakthrough, and Karen's boyfriend David was ultimately eliminated as the source of the unidentified male DNA profile. Still, Karen's murder was left cold for 40 years until a Sunnyvale detective received a tip pointing to 4 brothers with the last name Ramirez. DNA from the crime scene was compared to the DNA of a Ramirez relative and is traced back to a man named Gary Gene Ramirez, a 75-year-old father and veteran living in Hawaii.
Gary.
This guy is in Hawaii. Man, he got gone as soon as he could. 75 years old, too. It's amazing how DNA is able to catch up to a person even though they didn't have the technology back when they needed it, And I'm pretty sure it's even more cases that is the years in between the crime is further than this one. And DNA is able to pinpoint the person in the exact location where the crime happened. And, it's just really, really interesting just to see that you can rely on. Like, I'm pretty sure there's many other cases that are being solved that has a longer time span than this one because they were able to preserve the DNA from the evidence,
How you doing, Detective Vegas?
Okay. Can you show me what you're talking about?
Yeah, we just have to verify who we're talking to so we make sure we have the right investigation going. Do you have your ID? Do you have an ID?
No, I have a military ID.
Is that something that we can see and then we can chat with you? And if being on the driveway is harder on your leg, grab the paperwork from the car.
And he's so old, I'm not sure he even remembers what happened, right? He's been alive for so long and the crime has happened so long ago that after it happened, he probably was able to put it out of his mind. You know, you got people that put away heinous crimes and things that they went through, different pains and traumatization. They're able to just put it off or lock it off just in the abyss to where they don't remember it anymore. It has to be brought back to their attention for them to remember it, because they wanted to forget about it so bad that they were able to force it out of their memory or their mind. But cases like this, you got people that'll just forget about it just because they don't want to remember, or they don't want to acknowledge that they are a criminal and what they did in the past has caught up with them. But DNA doesn't lie. And in this guy's case, looks like it has caught up to him sooner than later.
So my name is Detective Hutchinson. You've been talking with Detective Davis. I'll let you hold on to that. The paperwork we have to notify you of here is a warrant for your arrest. So I'm gonna hold on to this. We're gonna do this right away, right off the bat for you. I'm not gonna let you fall down or anything like that. Go ahead and turn that way and just keep your hands behind your back for you.
Oh no, what happened? What did I do?
It's something that's really old that we would be happy to talk to you about and share more information.
Hey guys.
Right now, we got to do what we got to do safely, and then we'll answer questions and make sure your family knows where you're going to be and all that. Okay?
Oh no, what did I do? Can I get my crutch?
Well, that's not going to be able to go with you. We'll get into the car and then we'll explain it. We have a warrant for his arrest.
I don't know what I did.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't know what he did.
What you said, it's kind of old. It's from California.
From California.
Do you have any medications that need to come with you, Gary? Yeah. And if you can let me know what his ailments are, so we can make sure he's taken care of.
So, is there any way where he doesn't have to go?
No, he is under arrest right now for a warrant.
You guys got this right?
Yeah.
What just happened? What is this?
So Gary, the detective, he can explain all of that better for you.
You guys, this is not right.
Okay.
She said.
Gary is informed by the detective that he's.
She said, "Is there any way that he doesn't have to go?" No. If he's being arrested, he has to go. He has a warrant for his arrest. Now. You got bonds. You can bond out probably, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. You got people that are able to bond out after their warrants. But, it's not that easy where he can just not go. It's a very serious crime. Very serious allegation that we're going to discuss regarding something that happened in California. That's crazy. Back in 1982, I think it was. And he's now living in Hawaii. I don't know if that was his caretaker, who that was, his daughter or what. I don't know, but
being arrested for murder. Gary is taken to the police station where he's told that there's a warrant to collect his DNA. The following interrogation has been analyzed by a retired detective who is also a licensed polygraph examiner as well as a former hostage negotiation commander and instructor.
Am I going to jail?
I can't answer that. I'm just here to recover some samples.
You say you never been a cop.
What's that?
The first thing that should be addressed is that I would like a lawyer present. That should be the first thing come out of his mouth. Because once they start talking, they're going to try and dig out as much as they can, as much information as they can out of this guy. They're going to ask questions. When you watch interrogations, you begin to notice the patterns and the things that, law enforcement likes to do in order to get the truth or to get the answer out of a person. They're allowed to lie, right? They're allowed to lie. So they can lie about something to get you to say something else that they were looking for. So, I would like a lawyer present. Plead the fifth on him.
Thank you. Don't let that fool you. She's actually 48.
No way.
No, I'm joking.
Gary's crossed arms and legs may suggest that he's either closed off or simply sitting in
Nervous.
a comfortable position due to his age. The detective begins approaching him calmly, directly, and with confidence.
So, Gary, I was up front and honest with you from the beginning. I didn't pull any punches or hold any secrets from you. That's not my style. My style is to tell you the truth. Some other guys might have lied to you and been like, we'll just see. You're saying it's not you. I want as much explanation for how it's not you as possible so I can go find the guy that it is then.
Sure.
Keeping that in mind, I got to protect your rights and I got to protect my own as well, okay? So you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The detective decides not to question Gary until he arrives at the station and after he's Mirandized. Gary is then asked about his ties to California, where he lived, attended college, and where Karen's murder took place in 1982, when Gary was 35 years old.
Do you have any other friends or family that lived around San Francisco area? They call it the Bay Area, I guess.
No.
You've heard of Santa Clara, Sunnyvale. Have you ever been to either one of those?
No.
Never even passed through?
Well, probably drove through.
Gary tells the detective that in the 1980s he would visit a family member in the city of Palo Alto. Palo Alto is where the victim Karen lived and is about 15 miles away from Sunnyvale, where she was murdered. As the questioning continues, Gary is about to be confronted with indisputable evidence tying him.
They have DNA, Gary. We have your DNA at the crime scene. You know, when they mention that they have your DNA, it's pretty much you just in a corner now. There's no way to get out of it. How did your DNA end up on this lady, right? No way to get out of it. I don't know how it ended up there. You don't know. Explain to us. There's got to be a valid reason how it ended up on this person, right? And, you know, once they mention that, it's pretty much a wrap, man. They're going to just back him down in the corner as much as they can until he reveals some little bit of truth. Where were you at this time, right? He's probably not going to remember, but you got family around the area? Do you know friends? Do you have anyone there that can vouch for where you were at the time? They're just going to keep backing you down until they can get some viable evidence to lock you up. And the first thing he should have said was, oh, okay, all right, I have the right to remain silent? Okay. I'm going to remain silent, right? And that's not to say, you know, as a criminal or to help a criminal, but you have rights. You have rights. This is for guilty and not guilty. We have rights. We can exercise rights whenever we want to exercise our right? And it would have been better for him in his defense to remain silent, to exercise his right. Let the prosecution go through whatever evidence they have and prove their case. A lot of times you watch these videos and you got people they forget all about what was just read to them. They start going off on a tangent, giving up evidence that, you know, nobody else knows except the killer. And that is to their downfall. But it is what it is, right? The truth will always come to the light.
To the crime.
The test that was done today is to confirm a result that I already know. I wouldn't be here and put you all through this if I wasn't already sure of where we're at. It's curious to me that you're under arrest for murder and you don't have any questions about that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
That's a good point. You're under arrest for murder and you have no questions. It's almost like you're fine with it. Almost like you want to go with the flow, right? If someone was accused of murder that didn't do anything, they would not be quiet right now. You would hear all kinds of profanity. You would hear all kinds of, how is that the case? You know, everything under the sun. Because I didn't do it. And I don't know why I'm here, why you're harassing me. I want my lawyer. Everything will come out of their mouth. But this guy, he's just sitting calm, quiet, took a sip of water, right? He's willing to listen to what type of evidence they have. And I don't know if that's due to his old age or he just realized that he's been caught. I don't know.
You know what murder is, though, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever killed a person, Gary?
No.
Is there any reason why I would have evidence that says that that's not true?
I don't know. Could be misidentity, whatever, how all that stuff always happens and stuff.
Okay. Do you know how DNA works?
Yeah.
Like yours is even different than your brother's.
Right.
All four of you would have different DNA.
Why are you guys taking me over there when I'm not even guilty? Why am I going over there when you don't have, this information you have?
Well, fair to say I probably know a lot more than I'm sharing, right?
Okay.
Okay. So, I know that a murder.
You know, another thing is I learned that even positioning in a room is catered to drawing out a confession. So you see how the detectives have him against the wall and it's 2 versus 1, right? So you feel vulnerable. You feel like there's no way out. You feel like there's nothing you can do. They got the door blocked by a trash can, it looks like, in the corner right there. So, you know, it's giving off the feeling of you're stuck here and you're going to talk or you're not leaving, you know? And so that plays with the emotion and that plays with the intellect. That gives him a sense of, like I said, vulnerability, where he has no protection. It's cold in the room. You can see his arms crossed, right? I'm assuming it's cold. That's usually how they have things, cold. So you're just gaining weaknesses, and it plays to your downfall and to their gain or to their strength. They're able to manipulate you in a way that is beneficial for them to receive or to draw out the truth, right? And this guy, he's still quiet. They said, have you ever killed someone? He said, no, with the quickness. But after that, it was just nothing else. Why would you accuse me of this? Or what do you mean? No, nothing. Just no. And then, you know, so you can see why they're leaning towards him as being the murderer, because you're giving off murderish vibes, basically.
Happened in the city where I work, and I have physical evidence that places you at that murder and nobody else.
It's not right.
Since Gary claims he has little ties to the area where Karen was murdered, the detective is about to reveal which department he works for in California. But instead of denying the accusations, Gary appears to show curiosity.
You don't even want to know what city I work in, Gary?
Where do you work?
Sure.
I work in the city of Sunnyvale, Gary.
Where?
Sunnyvale.
Okay.
Why would you have been in Sunnyvale?
I don't have a clue why I would be in Sunnyvale. I have no reason for me to be in Sunnyvale.
Okay. You're a throwback. That's what the area would have looked like in 1982.
Looks like it's in Texas someplace.
So the case I'm investigating happened here. I show it to you to see if it looks familiar to you or not. It doesn't. Do you want to know if it was a guy or a girl that was killed?
These questions you asked me, you're accusing me of this thing, this awful thing, and I mean, just alone, that's terrifying.
The detective shows Gary a photo of Karen that was taken before she was murdered, but Gary claims her face isn't ringing any bells.
Is that a guy or a girl? I don't recognize.
That's a 15-year-old girl, Gary.
That's all.
Is that a guy or a girl? Man, you know that's a girl, man. You know that's a girl. Why you playing? Is that a guy or a girl? Come on, brother. Come on now, man. I know your eyes ain't that bad, man.
To Leo, buy one, get one snacks means
Another ad.
maximizing his savings potential. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
That fool look good.
Postmates, we get more of LA.
Gary's reaction to Karen's photo reflects a weak denial. Rather than clearly expressing his innocence, a more natural response would have been a direct statement that he did not kill Karen. This prompts the detective to shift into discussing the circumstances.
You see how he just mentioned a more natural more natural response would have been him saying, I don't know nothing about her. I didn't do anything to her. You know, he would have just, you can't shut somebody up who's not guilty. They will not only stand on their not guiltiness, but they'll go off, for lack of better words. You will not hear the end of it, right? They will accuse the cops even. Accuse the cops. Why are you harassing me? Why do you have me here on these false allegations? Why are you lying on my name? Why do you have me here? What is going on? They will not be able to shut up. This guy is quiet. He's absolutely just calm and collected. And, maybe that has to do with his old age. We can't rule that out, but come on, man. You being accused of murder, and I think they said he's 75 years old. You know what that means, right? You go to prison, that's it. You done. 75 years old.
Stances of her murder.
Is there any reason you can think of that I would have blood evidence at the scene of that woman's death, that little girl's death? That blood belongs to you.
I don't know how that would happen.
Are you curious how she was killed?
It was horrible. How was she killed?
You stabbed her 60 times, Gary.
Oh my God, no, I didn't do anything like that.
Note how Gary never asked questions about how Karen was killed until now, when the detective offered up the information.
There's no way that for the last 40 years of dealing with this in your heart, you haven't felt bad. This isn't going away. Now is the time to get closure for yourself, closure for her.
This is not right. I'm not gonna admit to anything that I didn't do.
You want me to go check on those results, Gary?
Sure, go check on them.
Okay. Any questions for me before we step out?
No, I won't want to say anymore. You guys accused me of something I didn't do. I'd like to have a lawyer if it's okay with you guys.
Too late.
After requesting a lawyer,
Gary.
The interrogation comes to an end. But Gary's decades-long secret had finally unraveled, and he was booked into the Maui County Jail.
Too late, Gary.
Thank you, Gary.
Should have asked for a lawyer a long time ago.
Oh, yes. Love. Freedom.
Freedom I can't give you. Love I can't give you, but I can show you respect.
The detective misses the opportunity to calmly confront Gary by emphasizing that Karen also wanted love and freedom. Yet those were taken from her 40 years ago, while Gary has remained free ever since.
Yep.
This isn't happening, is it?
It's happening, Gary.
According to court records, on February 24th, 2025, after pleading no contest, 78-year-old Gary Ramirez was convicted of Karen's first-degree murder. He was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. Gary will be eligible for parole in 2038, when he's 90 years old. By the time Karen's case was solved, members of her immediate family had died without ever seeing her murderer be brought to justice. To access more of our content, including...
That is very unfortunate, very sad. But, man. And it just makes you think about how someone's mind actually, how it is. This guy, he's been on the run for 40 years. And he's been able to lock it away or hide it. He probably knows exactly what he did. He's just, maybe playing dumb in front of the police, but man, that's crazy, very crazy. But I appreciate you guys watching the video. Again, we're gonna have some more videos for you guys coming up. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel, man. We got a lot more coming. We're going to be doing more reaction videos to various other things. The first few videos that I've done have been on like the crime type of videos because I love just the intellect of how people think and how questions are asked and things of that sort. But, we're going to get into other things. If you enjoy the content, again, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video if you think someone else would enjoy this content, and we will see you in the next video.